Alrighty, episode 12. Didn't I tell you that ain't nobody got no business messing with Andeat? Okay, I done said it, and Ruby has already said ain't nothing she can do with her. You can't punish somebody in their own house. Okay, but I digress. Okay, so Andeat is handling some more business. Andeat is seeking justice. She is doing it in a way where, I'm squinting a little bit, I don't have my glasses on. She is doing it in a way where whoever messed with her ain't coming back. They won't come back. And she got some other unfinished business that she need to wrap up. Okay. All right. So there we go. There we go. All right. So I want y'all to go ahead and enjoy this, and I will see you at the next episode, and have a good time tonight. Bye. Introduction to the Planette Creole, where women work, where women rest, where girls learn, where there are no men from earth who will survive, where battles are fought. The Planette Creole. Episode 12, Scene 1. Oh, this is so good, Ohki. Makes me relax, Ruby said as they sat on the sofa drinking wine. The longer it ferments, the better. I am glad I found this in my cellar. I did not know I had more lucid. I need to go over to Flap and take a look in your cellar. See what else you have. Well, Ruby, I don't know. You don't visit often. I look forward to having you spend more time there, Ruby. I keep thinking that as soon as I leave, something is going to happen. We still have not found Danielle yet. She has been missing for nearly a month now. And not a trace of her? Nope. But I have a sneaking suspicion about what may have happened. I do too, but Andeat denies it. It's not Andeat I have in mind this time. If she had done it, she would have proudly admitted it. She has a short tolerance for things. He looked at her, and it occurred to him. Lukeet? You think Lukeet is behind this? Well, who else would have? Nobody else is courageous enough to face off with her. Just about everyone on this planet is afraid of Danielle, afraid to even step to her. No, not Lukeet. She's always been very sweet, Ruby. She is nothing like Andeat. But Ruby would beg to differ on that. Lukeet seemed very sweet and defenseless, but she soon realized that was the biggest ruse. Lukeet had expressed her disdain for Danielle, trying to kill her sister. And Jackie had told Ruby that night they attended the comedy show Lukeet was in such a hurry that she phased herself out once they were outside and claimed she had something important to take care of. Nobody had seen Lukeet in 2 days, not even Andeat. Then one day, she appeared out of nowhere. Ruby's phone rang. She picked it up, and Ohki heard her say, "Hold on, Jackie! Slow down. What? You better get over here to the airfield. Nobody is able to talk Andeat out of this." "Talk her out of what? What are you saying, Jackie?" "Ruby, just get over here and you will see." Once Ruby hung up, Ohki addressed her.
"What is the alarm, Ruby?"
"We have to get over to the airfield, Andeat." "Oh goodness, I just can't." They headed out to the airfield. Instead of driving, they phased themselves over. Scene 2. A shuttle had gone down to get Dave, and it landed on Flepp's airfield. Dave stepped off the ship with his duffel bag slung over his shoulder. Nehemiah was there to meet him, and they hugged.
"Man, this is some state-of-the-art stuff up here. I'm impressed,"
Dave said, looking around and nodding in agreement. Eke offered him into the car, and they drove to the neighborhood where he would be rooming with Nehemiah.
"Ohki will conduct your interview tomorrow. He is on Krell right now, handling some business,"
Eke said.
"Interview? Interview me for what? I don't plan on being here that long, man."
Dave protested. On the ride to the neighborhood, he paid close attention to the environment, trying to see if he could pick up a clue as to where Camille might be. Nehemiah had already told him that when she's not teaching, she is spending time on Flepp with her new boo.
"Everyone has to be interviewed before they are granted any kind of visitation, whether short or extended,"
Eke explained. They headed into the house where Nehemiah was staying. Dave did not do too much talking until Eke left.
"What's that dude, man? It sounds weird." "Oh, nah, man. They cool, though, Dave. Wait until you get to know the Flippian." "Yeah, okay, but, you seen Camille?" "Yeah, I saw her yesterday. She told me that they were working on their wedding plans. They're getting married by the fall."
"Oh, yeah? Wedding plans, huh?" Dave decided to pivot. He did not want to seem too interested in Camille. It could make his friend suspicious.
"I saw your last podcast. Man, that was some powerful stuff, man. I'm telling you. Where does all that come from?" "My mother used to tell me when I was a kid that my soul was like a deep ocean."
"Yeah, your mom was right. So how's she doing?"
"She's doing real good. She loves it on Krell, man."
"Oh, you know what? Let me ask you this. You ever find out why men can't go there?"
"Men from Earth can't. The Fleppians are back and forth all the time."
"It all sounds like bull to me. It all sounds like bull."
"I'm just thankful I got out of that situation, that's all."
"True that. You would have turned up missing and nobody would have found you. Would have been worse than Emmett Till. At least they found him, although his murderers didn't intend for him to be found."
"That was a scary situation. I'm telling you, Dave, you just don't know, man."
Yeah. Any place around here I can get some food, man. I'm hungry."
Yeah, but they don't have meat products here."
"What? Yo, I don't trust people who don't eat meat."
"But there's a great substitute. Let's head over to one of the brothers' houses. He's one of the chefs on the Planette. We'll go there, man. We go there all the time to eat. The food is great. So we'll go over there."
The men headed out. Dave hoped he would run into Camille while they were out.
Scene 3. When Ruby and Ohki arrived at the airfield, Andeat had Noan, the leader of Koozin, on his knees. First, she lured him there, and once he was there, she blew up his ship and used her laser stick to zap his powers. Ruby and the rest on Krail never even heard and never even knew there was an explosion. Andeat was a smooth character in her own right.
Please, just let me go. Just let me go.
Noan pleaded. Ruby, Ohki, and the defenders approached cautiously, careful not to set Andeat off.
Destroy him, Andeat. Destroy him. Poof. Be gone.
Lukeet ordered. Liz was also present. She almost laughed at how easily Lukeet picked up on the Earth vibe and lingo.
Lukeet, stop it now.
Ohki warned his sister.
Let me go. We are sorry for all of our transgressions. Believe me.
Where did you put the rest of my sisters? Andeat demanded to know. She knew that once she rendered Noan powerless, there would be nothing the rest of those Kooziners could do without him. Ruby stood next to Liz and asked,
Did you know about this? I need you to be honest with me, Liz.
No. Someone called and told me she was here. I swear, Miss Ruby, I didn't know anything about it. Ruby was trying to get as much information as she could. The Fleppians had made an agreement with Koozin to restore Koozin's civilization, but Andeat did not think the Kooziners could ever be tamed and civilized or trusted to where they would leave Krail alone.
Andeat, come here. Come here, Andeat.
Ohki coaxed, reaching out his hand, almost begging her as if he were trying to talk her off of a ledge.
Andeat, look at me, Andeat. Look at me.
But she would not take her eyes off of Noan.
Leave her alone, Ohki. Leave her alone.
Lukeet said.
Lukeet, step back. Step back.
Ohki said, but Lukeet did not move. He knew these sisters were serious. What could he do? Stand up, Noan, now. Andeat ordered. The man got off his knees. Ohki breathed a sigh of relief. Maybe his sister had a heart after all. Everyone released the breath they had been holding. However, the defenders kept their weapons drawn. Noan slowly rose to his feet. Andeat held out her hand as if to offer peace. As soon as he made a step toward her, a loud boom and the ground shook, followed by an explosion. Everyone fell down except Andeat. She was the only one still standing. Ruby had to close her eyes because the fire was so blinding. When she opened them, Andeat was standing in her same spot. There was a plume of smoke rising from the ground where Noel had been. After the rumble, when Ohki finally gained his composure, he walked over to his sister, looked at her, and the spot where Noan once existed.
Why, Andeat? Why? Why did you do this?
She finally turned to him and said, because it was time. If you want to civilize Koozin, Noan must be gone.
We were trying to civilize them. You just...
Be happy I did not blow up Koozin entirely. Now you can work with the rest of them for civilization if you think that will work. Ruby had nothing to say. Her mission was about protecting Krail, and if Andeat had to handle business, then so be it. One thing Ruby was certain of, And that was the fact that Andeat or Lukeet would never put their home, their planet, in jeopardy. Ruby walked over to Andeat, stood before her. They stared at each other. Finally, Ruby reached out and hugged her.
You did what you always do to protect.
Ruby whispered in her ear. She knew Ohki had other plans with regard Koozin, but Flap had not been invaded as Krell had been. Andeat was assuring everyone on Krell that they would never have to contend with Koozin again. Andeat had made an example out of Noan. Now let any of the rest of those Kooziners try that nonsense. Scene 4. Instead of Ohki heading home with Ruby, he decided to join his sisters up north.
I don't know why Ohki feels the need to babysit them,
Jackie said.
It's okay, Jackie. He will one day learn. Hey, you want some of this good wine he bought me?
Ruby said as they entered her living room.
He's always bringing you wine. What's up with that, Ruby?
Ruby smiled coyly.
Like I said, we are good friends. Why not go further? Camille isn't afraid. It's okay, Ruby. We've proven ourselves as women. We've proven our capabilities, building up an entire planet. Having a male by our side is simply a bonus, maybe a little luxury or a want. We could have one if we want, or not.
Yes, that is true, Jackie.
It's okay. He's handsome, smart, and would do anything to protect or love you. Look at Yukai. Went to the most dangerous planet in the solar system just to get Camille a ring because that's the only planet that has them in those caves. That says something about these men.
Oh, that was some feat, wasn't it? For him to go all the way over there and fight those brooches.
Yes, they are made of a whole different type of stuff than Earthmen. But you know what, Ruby?
What?
I really hope the Fleppians won't start inviting too many men from Earth to this solar system. It could turn out to be the biggest mess if they do.
From what I understand, they investigate them intensely.
I hope so, girlfriend. I hope so. The one guy they allowed there seems pretty sincere enough, but I believe you can influence Ohki somehow on what to look for with these Earthmen. Remember, they're the very ones we are trying to get away from.
So, why do you say that I can have some influence over Ohki? I haven't lived on Earth for many decades. Ruby was now 95 years old, but aging had stopped once she moved to Krell at age 37. That planet kept women young, but Earthmen could not survive. They would grow old quickly and die. Well, I guess you can say that is what me and Ohki's real purpose is. To work together, to protect together. I would never allow him to be arbitrary, although their senses are pretty sharp. They can tell when a person is lying. Scene 5. Ohki was totally taken aback once his sister was able to show him all the things the Kooziners were capable of. She showed him through a bubble what they were planning. Andeat had the ability to see long distances, the same way she saw Ruby when she first landed on Krell through that same bubble. She placed a pair of eyeglasses on and hooked them up to her computer that was in her big room. That was the only way he would be able to see what she saw, and the only way he would believe her. Most people did not know what Andeat was up to whenever she disappeared for weeks at a time. She was always busy inventing and looking for ways to protect herself and those who lived on Krail. Stands the reason she appreciated Lukeet's ability to get Danielle off that planet.
I am amazed, love. I am truly amazed. I had no idea.
Ohki said, that is because they have never attempted to attack Flip. They deemed us defenseless. No more, Ohki. No more. With inventions of new technology brought on by the humans from Earth, we are able to even up our game. Ohki and Andeat then hugged. He finally understood where she was coming from. Now, do you believe us, Ohki? Lukeet asked.
Yes, I do, Lukeet. Yes, I do. I will never try and interfere again.
Thank you, Ohki. Please trust us. He headed out. It was time for him to vet the new guy who had landed on Flap from Earth the day before. He was already a day behind, and he needed to waste no more time. Scene 6. It took nearly 4 hours to interview Dave. His friend Nehemiah was not allowed in the room while they talked to the new guy. The reason it took so long was because Dave seemed rather evasive at times. They told him in the beginning that they could tell when a person is not being forthright.
Would you ever want to live here?
Ohki asked. Like I said before, I just wanted to visit my friend. I heard he was in distress.
Yes, I remember you saying that before. How long would you like to stay?
Just a few days, man. I mean, what? Ohki and Ohki looked at each other. 2 other brothers were on the committee as well.
Do you know any of the residents on Krail?
Ohki asked. Can't say that I do. The brothers went into another room, leaving Dave alone in that room.
What do you think, Ohki? I sense some deception from David. He is only going to be here with his friend a few days. Just make sure he stays away from any of the women who may visit Flip, and keep an eye on him. Okay.
They headed back into the room and welcomed him to visit for the rest of the week. That was good enough for Dave. Once he accomplished his reason for being there, he would be done. They drove him back to Nehemiah's house. Man, they sure know how to mess up a brother's head. Woo. Dave said as soon as they shut the door. They had me up all night pretty much. That's what they do. They don't know us, Dave. But Dave did not care. All he knew was that he had to find Camille, and his big break came when he decided to take a little walk. There she was, sitting under a tree reading a book, not far from where Ohki lived. He stood in a hidden place, watching her. He looked around. Not one person was in sight. It was time for him to make his move.